The Lexington, Missouri newspaper, or windows restored to former glory. Each one of these windows are actually memorials to a former student who died in armed conflicts serving the United States. My name is George Hittner. I'm an attorney from Houston, Texas, and I'm also the chairman and founder of the Wentworth Military Academy Museum and the Wentworth Military Academy located in Lexington, Missouri. Wentworth Military Academy was founded in Lexington, Missouri in 1880 as an all-boys military academy. It went out of business. It closed in 2017. So you're dealing with 137 years of history of a military school. In 1955, the Memorial Chapel on the campus of Wentworth Military Academy was built. And during the process of building the chapel, families of cadets, former students who had died in armed conflicts mainly, donated 5 of these, very large. Each of those 5 panels were dedicated to a student who died. When the school closed in 2017, myself and one of the other co-founders of the museum are both lawyers and both historians, sued the bank that had the lien on the school and all of its contents in order to get artifacts back so that we could form what eventually became the Wentworth Military Academy Museum. Those lawsuits were successful, and there was another subsequent lawsuit that was required just for the stained glass. We were able to achieve the stained glass. When we got them from the chapel and we installed them into the museum, it quickly became evident that the glory of these windows had been kind of out of sight, out of mind for almost 70 years. And so we turned them into really a centerpiece of the Wentworth Military Academy Museum. Matter of fact, it's the first thing you see when you walk in. They're no longer exposed to the elements. Had backlighting before, but y'all have taken it to a new level. But once we got them down at eye level, we were able to see that the 70 almost years of being exposed to the elements, the hot, the cold, being vandalized, being repaired in not such good manners. There were never experts of stained glass windows doing the repairs to these windows over 70 years or doing it properly. It was always kind of a Band-Aid approach. And lo and behold, we tracked down the best in the country, and for a period of about 5 or 6 months this year, we had them uninstalled. They weren't in our museum, and we missed them a lot. But when we got them back, they were literally better than new. Obviously, we didn't want new windows. We wanted what we had restored in a museum-like manner. They are what I have come to refer to them as the crown jewels of the Wentworth Military Academy Museum. We have over 1 million artifacts in the museum from Wentworth Military Academy, but these are the first things you see when you walk in the building. Not only are they memorials to students that died in armed conflict, but they're also a reminder of just how special the school, the alumni, everybody pitched in to pay for the Memorial Chapel when it was built. And these 5 families pitched in for these stained glass windows. And they were never, I think when you're young, you never really fully appreciate the history or the meaning, or sometimes even understand that these, I attended school at Wentworth in the 90s. Well, these windows were installed in 1955. I didn't know the story of the windows until we got them into the museum and started researching how they actually were donated, how they came to be put into the chapel. Some of that is age. You're a little more interested in the history of things when you get older. But some of them is, when the school's no longer around, you want to understand how they came to be. And lo and behold, they're memorials and former cadets who died in armed conflict. They went from beautiful to amazingly beautiful, indescribably. Here's the last week's Lexington newspaper, and this is the front. It's released every week, and then you look at the back of the Lexington newspaper, windows restored to former glory. So that's the front page of the Lexington newspaper. So the town, the alumni, everybody is excited, and we fundraised to redo these windows from alumni mainly. And, we raised all the money that it took, and it wasn't a cheap endeavor, but we raised all the money from former students of Wentworth Military Academy to have these windows redone. And they're just, they're magnificent. The alumni have overwhelmingly reacted positively to the restoration. Everybody's saying they look better than they ever have. We're building the Wentworth Military Academy Museum to be a self-sustaining, in perpetuity museum. We are highly focused on building an endowment fund so that someday there will no longer be any living alumni of Wentworth Military Academy. The school is closed. It's just a fact. One day we're all going to be gone. And so we're really focused on creating an endowment fund. And we're in the middle of that capital campaign now, so that this museum lives on not just as long as we're alive, but for generations and generations to come.